Okay, so we're in 2012, 8 years ago, in the same home here when I just arrived 2 days ago in the east of France. So it's in Europe. It's close to German border and Swiss border, so it's a little bit hilly. Very, very nice landscape, very nice countryside. And my daughter is 6 years old, and as Anna just told you, at that time I'm airline pilot, so I have very complicated agenda. So I'm rarely at home, especially during end of weeks and weekends. And for once, I'm really happy because there's a fancy fair organized by the school, and my daughter is having the performance at the fancy fair, and she will be performing this evening. And for once, I'm there. I can assist her. I can watch her, and I can be there. It's fantastic. I'll be there with the whole family. So I take my car, and I'm driving to the fancy fair party. And fancy fair party is located 5 minutes away with the car in another village, because my home and my daughter's school are very close by. They literally, I can walk to my daughter's school for 2 minutes, and the school is there. And while I'm passing by, I take my car, I pass by the school, and I'm driving, and I'm going to the fancy fair party. So you can imagine it's a small village, about 1,000 inhabitants, and kind of a big middle-aged farm made out of 4 different houses, inner courtyard, kind of garden. It's a field, literally it's a field. And the party is going to take place in about 1 hour from now, 45 minutes. And you can imagine everyone is there gathering all around, some groups of people preparing the party. So they setting up the tables, preparing the drinks, and they starting the barbecue. So you can imagine those huge barbecue. They start preparing the meats and everything, the salads. And when I arrived there, I parked my car and I walked about 10-minute walking distance from the parking, and I arrived in this little farm. And I'm looking for my daughter. She's supposed to be there, so it's a lot of people. Not everyone is there, but still a lot of people are already there. And then I ask, where is the party? Where is the stage going to be set? And they say, there in this house there's a big house. So I enter the house. It's a huge house, about 15, 20 meters. And at the end, you can see the stage. So I'm close to the entrance. I see people all around, and you have kids and small kids. They just playing, screaming, running everywhere. And at the end of the house, I can see some kids, and I recognize my daughter's friends, and they're running from one part of the stage to the other one. They're there at the distance, and following this group, I can see my daughter. She is running behind, and from the distance I can see her, but only I see her from the back. So same size, same clothing, same t-shirts, same haircuts, everything looks the same. So it's my daughter, and she's running after her friends. And she has been telling us, it's not the first time she's on stage, she has been telling us that she didn't like when we come and gather with her, we talk with her before the performance. She hates it. So we say, okay, I'm going to leave her alone until she perform on stage, and then I will come and greet her, and of course tell her about her performance. And so I'm there a couple of minutes, and I start talking to the neighbors and the friends that I haven't been seen from a long time. So we start talking and talking. And suddenly my phone rings, my mobile phone. And I just take my phone, and it's my wife. My wife is asking, Thierry, where are you? Well, I'm at the farm where the fancy fair party is going to take place. Have you seen your daughter, Angelique? Yeah, of course. I saw her 5 minutes ago. Are you sure it was her? Of course. Then suddenly I realized maybe it wasn't her. I don't know, because I saw her from a distance. And she looked very much like my daughter, but to be honest, frankly, I haven't seen her face. And then my wife is telling me, well, that's just normal because it wasn't your daughter. It was a friend of your daughter, but your real daughter, she's still at school and she's crying. She's there left all alone and she wonders why you haven't been taking her to the party. Oh, I can't believe it. I sit there in a kind of emotional mix where on one hand, I'm so ashamed. I say, what happened? How can I possibly do this? And on the other hand, I say, ooh, I just look at my watch and I say, no, I need to run to get her to the school, get her back here so she can do kind of a rehearsal and do a performance. So I just run to my car, take my car back to the school, and then I arrive at school, and you can imagine, I mean, it's not a good feeling. I was so ashamed. The school is all empty. There's only one place where she is. It's a kindergarten, and there is only one teacher and my daughter. And when I arrive there, I say, I wish I would transfer myself into a ghost, just creep under the carpet, make a little sign to my daughter and say, hey, come here, let's go quickly to the party and let's do as if everything was normal. But no, it's not going to be like that. Unfortunately, I will have to face the reality. So I just enter the door, I go to the kindergarten, and then I can see my daughter and the teacher. And that teacher is not very nice, because she starts saying, I've been waiting here for more than 20 minutes and you're the only one who came late. And say, okay, I'm so sorry. So I don't know how to excuse myself. I'm really ashamed. And then I can see my daughter and she was crying. I say, oh my God, no. How can this be possible? I was really so ashamed of myself. I say, okay. So I grab my daughter. I make her a big hug. And then I can see in her eyes that some hope is coming back. And she said, okay, are we going to make it back to the stage on time? Daddy? Yeah, don't worry, in 5 minutes we're there. So I take her, we run to my car, back to the party in the other village. So I drive her, and then I left her just in front of the door and say, go to the stage, I park my car, and I'll be back there in 5 minutes. And 5 minutes later, I arrive, and then the party's just starting. And then I have my daughter on stage, starting the performance, and fantastic performance. She's doing a really, really good performance. She likes to act, really. She would like to be a theater actress, but that's for later. So at that time, I don't know. Anyway. And so after the show, she comes back to me. She meets, and my wife joined, and my son as well. So they're all four, and we start wondering what happened. How did I screw up so badly? And oh, that was really not a nice feeling. Well, basically, it's a cultural bias, because I'm coming from Belgium. I originate from Belgium. And in Belgium, when the school organizes a party, they organize the bus driving. So all the kids are going into the bus. They go to the place where they have the party, and all the parents are just turning up there in the party. And then after, they take back their kids with them and back to the home. But in France, we're in France, and it's not the same thing. It's not the same principle. In France, they don't organize the bus. What they do, you have to go yourself, pick up your daughter or your boy, and drive it to the party. So when I arrived at the farm, I thought it's going to be organized like in Belgium. But no, unfortunately, it was organized like in France. What a shame.